everybody. This is Friday Night Frights. Probably the last time it's going to be on my channel. I'm still going to be on the show, but we're giving full control to Cometverse over here in the corner. And another quick announcement: the Comic Lounge is not. I think we're going to bring it back, like in some form.
Yeah,
we're going to do like some kind of like swapping claim sale thing at the first of it, and at the end of it, we're just going to hang out and chill. But anyway, Tonight we're talking about Maximum Overdrive, the first and only movie directed by Stephen King, based on the Stephen King short story Crooks. Here's the movie poster. One of the movie posters, very cool. But before we get started, sad news out of Hollywood land. One of the funniest women in all of Hollywood, in my opinion, Catherine O'Hara. She passed away at 72 years old. She was, of course, in Beetlejuice. She was on SCTV, a show called Schitt's Creek, which is hilarious. She's Canadian. She was Canadian, I think. And also, she was in Home Alone. Several movies. I couldn't name them all, but she's in a lot of movies. She's always funny. So, Macaulay Culkin, one of her co-stars, I thought we'd share a quote that he had the day about her passing. He said, "Mama, I thought we had time. I wanted more. I wanted to sit in a chair next to you. I heard you, but I had so much more to say. I love you. I'll see you later." So, all right. And I thought I had a clip here, just a short clip of her in Home Alone. Anyway, now I'm going to make everybody go, "God, you suck, Matt. You're making us all sad." That's all right, though. But we'll remember movies. Mark's like, "What the hell did I watch? Cocaine's a hell of a drug." Yeah. And Tony's here like, "Hey, honey, this machine just called me an asshole." And if you're wondering what he's referencing, well, we have it right here.
Honey, come on over here, sugar buns. This machine just called me an asshole.
I wonder if Stan Lee got the idea of cameoing in all his movies from Stephen King.
No. This movie's wild, though. Like, you got, I mean, it ain't just, that's pretty brutal. And she comes up there and like, I don't know what her eye problem was. She's not going to go out there and start cussing the thing out and it killed everybody. And that was pretty scary as a kid there, watching that scene where he's riding the bike through the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And then the electric carving knife attacks her. There's Stephen King showing her how to cook eggs, I guess. Or he's showing her how to chop up a line. I don't know which. There's Estevez. Of course, is in the movie. And probably the most memorable thing from the movie is this little guy here.
Oh, yeah.
The 18-wheeler with the Green Goblin hood ornament with the light-up eyes. That was really cool. It's probably the coolest part of the movie. What was it called? Happy Toys? Happy Toys?
Yeah. Straight bite from Toys R Us.
Yeah. Well, you would think so, but you would be wrong. Hey, Aaron. Well, Emilio Estevez was young. I think he had just came off doing a movie like was he in Sale?
He had already had incredible success in a lot of the some of the Brat Pack movies. So I think they cast, he took it for whatever reason, but I think they cast him thinking that's the star power, right? Or because as far as I know, he's probably the biggest star in the movie, right?
And it's kind of like the first movie where he was going to be the main guy, except for maybe Repo Man.
And I don't know. I mean, I don't want to. We'll wait till the end to talk about how we feel about it. But
all right, well, we're gonna watch the trailer right now. This is the original theatrical trailer from 1986.
Hi. My name is Stephen King. I've written several motion pictures, but I want to tell you about a movie called Maximum Overdrive, which is the first one I've directed.
Is there anything?
Stephen King loving on himself in that intro there, that trailer.
Yeah, taking shots too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
What's
talking about
done?
that. Yeah, powder alert. We just talked about that backstage. We had heard that, like, a couple of us heard that, like, they got sued by Marvel, but then Tony looked it up and found out that Marvel let them do it. Probably because it's Stephen King, and I don't know. Marvel was a little bit more lenient back then. That's before they were owned by Disney, if you remember. They originally didn't want Hulk Hogan using Hulk, but they ended up signing a deal where Hulk Hogan could use the name, even though he did steal it from them, honestly. But the power of this movie. Well, if you want to know what the production budget was for this movie and where, show you where the craft services were provided for this film. It was from the country of Colombia. Definitely a lot of white substances, powdery substances. Well, since this movie, Stephen King also claims that he don't even remember really a lot of this movie. Like what he says in there, it's kind of all bluster, honestly, Jeff. Because when we look on Wikipedia, there was a lot of trouble making this film, and he was real stressed out about it. Not pleased with it at all. He wasn't pleased with the studio, with his own performance, and the direction of the movie. And honestly, I don't know. I wasn't really that scared in it. I mean,
no.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's definitely going after Kubrick there, though, because he didn't like. The problem is that I don't think that Stephen King understands as a writer is that if he had actually filmed everything that was in The Shining, that movie would have been 6 hours long.
Yeah,
that's the problem, and I don't think he really gets it. That you got a guy like Kubrick that's strong-headed, got a strong will, and then you got Stephen King, and they're going to butt heads. There's just no way around it. All right, we'll go to the Wikipedia page here because I'm sure there's some juicy stuff about this one on here.
Stephen King is a great novel writer. A director, he is not.
It says that now they did remake this though, right, Tony? They did a TV version called Trucks.
Yeah.
Maximum Overdrive is a 1986 American horror film written and directed by Stephen King. It is only directorial effort. The film stars Emilio Estevez. Of course, his dad is Martin Sheen. His brother is Charlie. Their real last name is Estevez. Martin Patterson Hingle, Pat Hingle, Laura Harrington, John Short, Yeardley Smith. I think she's funny. She was in Billie Jean too, The Legend of Billie Jean. Christopher Murney.
Yep. She was Potter.
The screenplay was inspired by and loosely based on King's short story Trucks, which was included in the author's first collection of short stories called Night Shift, and shows the events after all machines, including trucks, radios, arcade games, vending machines, etc., became sentient when Earth crosses the tail of a comet, initiating a worldwide killing spree. This was King's only directorial effort, though dozens of films have been based on his novels or short stories. It contained black humor elements and a generally campy tone, which contrasts with King's more somber subject matter in his books. The film has a mid-1980s hard rock soundtrack composed entirely by the group AC/DC.
Yeah.
Which we have here. It's probably one of the best soundtracks of an 80s movie for sure. It's Who Made Who by AC/DC. Had a lot of their rework classics plus some new songs like Who Made Who.
For those about to rock.
Yeah, well, that wasn't for that. Yeah, they basically
remade that one.
Yeah, they basically reissued some songs they've done before.
Right on.
It was released as the Maximum Overdrive soundtrack, includes the best-selling singles "Who Made Who," "You Shook Me All Night Long," and "Hell's Bells." Maximum Overdrive was theatrically released on July 25th, 1986, to critical and commercial failure. It was nominated for 2 Golden Raspberry Awards, including Worst Director for King and Worst Actor for Estevez. In 1987, both lost to Prince for Under the Cherry Moon. So I guess Prince won both awards because he directed and acted in that movie. King disowned the film, describing it as a moron movie, and considered the process a learning experience, after which he intended never to direct a movie again. And what's funny is when he's doing the promo for it, though, he's acting like it's going to be the greatest thing ever. So it's funny. And then the budget
Not that easy making a movie, huh, Steven?
No, hey, the budget is $9.4 million. It made 7.4 a million total, but it made 3.5 million in North America. So let's get into some of the inside dope on this movie here. The film was the first to be made by Embassy Pictures after it had been bought by Dino De Laurentiis. Well, that was a disaster first start, wasn't it? Photography began in early May of '85 in and around Wilmington, North Carolina, as De Laurentiis operated a large studio complex in the area. De Laurentiis chose North Carolina because it was a right-to-work state, meaning that he could hire non-union crew members, which would greatly cut down on production costs. It would be the directorial debut of writer Stephen King, who had a 3-picture deal with De Laurentiis. In 2002 interview with Tony Magistrale for the book Hollywood Stephen King, first time director King slated that he was coked out of his mind all through this production and really didn't know what he was doing. No shit. On-set translator, he had to have a cocaine translator. On-set translator Robert Cronkey did not remember King's cocaine use, but recalls him drinking from early in the morning till late at night. He said, I never saw. I didn't. He says, but I didn't know that he was drunk. That 6 o'clock in the morning, we gave a roll call, and he's drinking beers. By 8:30, he's on his 10th beer. At a fan screening in 2021, Jock Brandis, the film's gaffer, told the audience that King rode a motorcycle from Maine to Wilmington, North Carolina, so he could ride alongside semi-trucks on the highway. He wanted to get a better feel for how terrifying big rigs would be when in close proximity, and to better know their loud sounds and movements. When King arrived at the studio on his bike for the initial production meeting, the security guards would not let him through. They wouldn't let him through the front gate because they did not believe he was part of the production taking place on the lot. His appearance was disheveled. He was rambling on about a film he was supposed to direct about involving killer trucks that came alive due to a space comet. He was then granted access to the studio after Brandis pointed out that the plates on his motorcycle were from Maine. Brandis, a Canadian gaffer who had worked with De Laurentiis on Cronenberg's adaptation of The Dead Zone, was tasked with many jobs not normally given to a film gaffer. De Laurentiis erroneously believed Brandis could speak Italian and would be able to bridge the language gap between Italian cinematographer Armando Nannuzzi and the local crew. Nannuzzi had previously worked in Wilmington with De Laurentiis on Cat's Eye and would struggle with communication throughout the film, often nodding and replying yes, yes, yes to every question asked of him. Well, that doesn't sound good if you can't understand that. Okay. Along with being the production's chief lighting technician, Brandis procured many trucks for the production, most of which still featured names from actual local businesses. Stephen King originally wanted Bruce Springsteen to play the role of Bill Robinson. Springsteen was unknown by De Laurentiis, so De Laurentiis personally hired Martin Sheen's son, Emilio Estevez. It is believed De Laurentiis' insistence that Estevez participated in the film was when Stephen King became disillusioned with the production. He did not try to create a positive environment for the crew. At one point, renting out an entire theater to screen classic films such as Godzilla and Night of the Living Dead. He provided free refreshments and personal commentary during each film because he's probably tucked out his mind. King would also participate in golf cart races on the studio lot during downtime. All right. Let's see if we can find something else. Oh, God, the guy, the Nanuzi, he got hit in the right eye with a piece of splinter that came flying out when they shot the lawnmower machine.
Oh, hell.
And the machine that cut the grass was following a boy to kill him. And we put the camera on the ground with a piece of wood beneath it to wedge it. Okay. I remember that Armando asked Stephen King, "Can we take out the blades?" But Stephen King said, "No, I like to see them." Armando said, "But we don't see them in the shot." But Stephen King said, "No, it's better that you let it stay in there." The special effects department also had suggested removing the blades for safety, but King continued to insist that the blades must remain in, so the scene would look more real life or more lifelike. Nanuzi was helicoptered from the set and flown to a hospital in Raleigh, North Carolina, where he eventually lost his eye. Production had to be halted for a brief period. Nanuzi returned to finish the film, but after the film was released, he sued Stephen King and De Laurentiis Productions and 16 others involved with the film for $18 million. The suit was filed in New York as King and many of the other defendants often did business in that state. The case was later settled for $975,000. And Nanuzi continued to work on films after his accident, but he believed it would never again be considered for a big budget production because he lost an eye, because he lost depth perception. He died in May 14th, 2001. Okay, let's see if we can find anything else. It says it has a large negative review. It's got a 14% rating based on reviews from 14 critics on Rotten Tomatoes. Joe Perales of the New York Times wrote that by making the machine's malevolence so all-encompassing and so amoral, Mr. King loses the flip of retribution in better horror films. For the most part, he's taken a promising notion, our dependence on our machines, and turned it into one long car movie. The Variety called it the kind of film audiences want to talk about, to the kind that throws credibility out the window in favor of crass manipulate. I don't know what that means. I didn't read that right. Anyway, Leonard Maltin and TV Guide said the movie was a bomb. And of course, Emilio Estevez was nominated for Worst Actor, but lost to Prince. And that's about it. So the moral of the story is, children, don't do drugs.
Yeah.
And I missed a lot of comments. Yeah, it's a fun movie though, House of L. Yeah, who made who? But I think Mark doesn't like it as much. He said the movie looked like it was filmed in 1976, not 1986. Yeah, he knew he was wrong after I heard that he ran into Emilio Estevez like several years later and apologized to him for the way he acted in the movie when he directed it. So, Fable, we'll start with you this time. What are your initial thoughts of this movie?
Well, I saw this movie when I was a kid growing up. I never really paid much mind to it. I didn't really remember it much. But over the years, you would hear about how terrible this film is. Like, I would hear from everybody like Maximum Overdrive is garbage. So I kind of stood away from it until I had to watch it a few years ago. And I got to tell you, it's not the worst movie in the world.
Yeah.
Like, we've seen we've all seen some really bad shit, right? Like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
10
Oh, yeah.
times worse than this film is. So I don't think it's a total piece of crap like people say. I don't even think it's half bad, to be honest with you. I think it has its good moments in it. Especially the beginning. I think the beginning of this movie is very strong. The bridge scene, all the chaos that ensues in the beginning. It's got a charm, it's got a camp to it that I can dig. You know what I mean? I like campy movies. I'm not like totally against this kind of thing. But it does have some hilariously bad dialogue. Like this is some of the worst dialogue ever written, which is shocking coming from Stephen King, right? Like this guy's a great writer, and this is some of the worst lines I've ever heard. But at the same time, they're funny as hell.
Yeah.
Like they're super quotable, and it kind of saves this movie in a lot of ways. Because when the action isn't on screen and it gets to its slower moments, its character moments, that's when this movie kind of fails, right? Like the characters are badly written. There's a haphazard romance going on in here that doesn't make no fucking sense.
She's like, yeah, she's a hitchhiker, right?
Yeah. You're not only a great lover, you're a genius. It's like shit. But again, the lines they're very hilarious, and I think it helps the movie in a lot of ways with its campiness. But ultimately, it's just okay. It's just okay. I like the premise, right? Like I don't think that's a half bad premise either. Like machines come to life are everyday things, trying to kill us and shit. But I just think he doesn't totally follow through on that theme. It's like George Romero's Day of the Dead, right? Or Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
Which is very similar, right? The world goes to shit. People have to band together. And that movie also has its character moments and its slow moments, but the way that film handles those moments is a lot better than what this thing. Like this thing drops the ball when it comes to that kind of shit. But I enjoyed it, man. I think it has, like I said, I think it's funny, it's campy. It's got a killer soundtrack, like we said before. AC/DC totally rocked this. But yeah, it's not the worst movie I've ever seen, but it's no Citizen Kane.
No, it's got some cool death scenes in it with the machines.
Yeah,
but it does kind of feel hollow at the end because you don't really, how you get the satisfaction they're beating Freddy because he's like an actual thing, but these are just like these machines. They don't really talk. I don't think we get enough of that like figured out. I know we had the comet thing, but I don't know. What do you think, Jeff?
Well, I'm going to come at it from the perspective of 1986, Jeff. So I was in sixth grade. Now you got all these, big trucks, including the Green Goblin truck and all that. And it's all the machines against the people. These people are trapped in this gas station or whatever, and it's them against the machines. So I was on board when I was a kid. I'm like, yeah, cool. And I love the like somebody else was mentioning it, the soda machine just firing off cans like machine gun. That was awesome. And like, here's my idea of Stephen King being like, I'm gonna do the whole thing. I'm gonna direct. I wrote it. Da 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 da. Mr. King. So, what are your thoughts on the soundtrack? Hold on. AC/DC, the whole thing. That's I think that happened. And so sixth grade, Jeff, loved it. I loved it. Looking back on it now, it's like, oh boy, it's fun to watch. It's nostalgic, but let's be honest. It's Stephen King stuff. Look at Misery. Look at The Shining. Look at Christine. Look at Carrie. Look at all these other ones that are just up here. This thing is Stephen King's turn.
Hey, look, Emilio was pretty good when he was talking to him.
Yeah.
The machines, I guess. Hey,
that's a good point. Was there any character development in this movie?
Not really. I mean,
Oh man.
yeah. And I'll get into it when it's my turn about the end of it.
But that's
So-
pretty much all I have on it.
It shows us how fatiguing it can be to gas trucks up. Oh my God, like
100 degrees. I guess it could be tough through bit.
They don't understand how tired a man can get.
I wonder if like halfway through this thing, if Emilio Estevez was thinking to himself like, ugh, I wonder what this is going to do to my,
Do you think
my
Emilio
future prospects.
Do you think he fired his agent after this?
I don't know.
All right, Tony, your turn. What do you think?
Well, I'm gonna do like Jeff. When I watched this movie, I was 13, almost 13. I think a few days shy of being 13. Yeah, when I was a kid, I freaking loved this movie. It was a horror movie. It was horror, machines taking over, kind of like Terminator, but instead of it just being one robot, it was freaking everything. I mean, it did kind of throw me off how, they were able to like the wedding couple, for example. They see a truck go crazy, find a dead body, and then hop in their car and take off. You're like, wait a minute, shouldn't their car go crazy too? But I mean, but anyway, yeah, the acting could have been better. There are, you always got that one character that you just can't wait to see him die. And for me, it was Pat Hingle. I remember him more prominently as Commissioner Gordon in Batman. But yeah, I mean, I thought Estevez did a great job. And out of all the machines, the only one vehicle that I had a problem with was the damn platform with the machine gun on it. I'm like, really? You're gonna tell me the army uses some shit like that? Whatever.
And you took the words right out of my mouth, dude.
Yeah. But and I also knew I knew because I'd seen it in an interview before that King personally picked AC/DC because that was his favorite band. It'd be like me, man. If I got to make my own movie and direct my own movie, I'm gonna try to put some Kiss in there or some Motley Crue or something, but probably Kiss. But now I watched it last night and hadn't seen the movie in 40 years, almost 40 years, and yeah, it's not perfect, but I mean, like Matt y'all said, I sat through Ginger Dead Man, so as far compared to Ginger Dead Man, this is fucking Amadeus. So I mean, pardon my language. I'm sorry, but yeah, I think with a little bit more effort, it would have been freaking great. But you could tell that's the thing. You could tell that Stephen King he had no directorial experience, but I mean, I think he should have tried to at least do one more to learn instead of just giving up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, just like a lot of movies, and my buddy, my buddy Tim sitting there talking about it. It's a great little popcorn flick. It's a good way to waste an hour and a half and make you a bowl of popcorn and just unwind and just have a good time. I mean, it ain't Shakespeare, but I mean, hey.
Yeah, it's kind of fun, but Tony, I gotta talk about what you just said about that little, like, I don't know, was that some kind of little platform like go-kart or something kind of like cart? There wasn't even a seat on it.
No.
So do you think these guys in the prop are just like, fuck it, just put an M60 on this thing? And like, they couldn't find a Jeep? They couldn't find a green Jeep?
In theory, the only thing I could think of with it being the 80s is that it was probably some kind of idea, like it was a remote control gun.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was kind of weird.
It may have been the precursor to the drone.
Also, there's really no explanation as to why the owner of the truck stop has a freaking rocket launcher in the back room.
Yeah.
They just happen to have. I think that Stephen King was doing coke and said, "You know what? We need a rocket launcher." And there's like they just come up with all these weapons and like, but like overall, I remember when it come out as a kid, I thought this was that's cool. We got AC/DC music in it. These trucks are just blowing it. But you know why? As kids liked it. Like, okay, it's 86. I may have been 10 years old at the time. It's kind of like seeing your Tonka toys come to life, you know, your Hot Wheels, and like, you know how we crash them into each other. And I think but see, we weren't really worried about character development. I wasn't really worried about character development when I was 10 years old, right? So, and also like a lot of it's implausible, like Tony said, and I heard other people say, nobody can buy a rocket launcher, though, bro. I mean, I live in the South, but I don't own a rocket launcher. I don't know. I guess they're like, maybe he bought it wholesale off somebody at a yard sale or something. I don't know. Anyway, the part about how like all these trucks are taking over, but like, why does the married couple's car work?
Yeah.
Or any other car for that matter.
Any other car that's in the movie, right? And I don't know. I just thought it was kind of weird. You know, we got a couple of clips here. Although I still think it's the coolest thing in the movie is this. Before we play a clip, is the truck. I don't know whatever happened to that truck. I don't know if it's still around, but it's pretty cool. But if you have a problem with this movie, just remember, the craft services came from Columbia. All right, but we'll play a couple of clips here.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's interesting is they laugh at first because the first one hits him in the balls. Oh, that probably ruptured something. But then they're not laughing after the last two. The one hits him in the head, right?
Yeah.
And then you got like this. The one kid's like the only survivor out of the Little League kids. I got a question. Why did his bike go end over end like that?
Go for Holt. I don't know.
Let's see if we find another clip. And then they basically, you know, have you ever like squeezed a tube of toothpaste? You know, to get out the last toothpaste. This is kind of what happens here to this kid. Yummy, yucky, yucky. They got like the ice cream truck coming after them. One of the cool shots to me though is like when all the trucks are circling the truck stop, and then they wonder what the trucks want, and it's basically like the little platform with the machine guns. Like, we want you to give us gasoline or we'll kill all of you. So they go out there and pump gas in the hot sun all day. And then when they run the pumps dry, he's like, we don't have any more. And that truck starts pushing Emilio over to where because he's a tanker truck.
Yeah.
He wants him to refill it. So he's going to feed some more. And all these trucks are lined up out to the highway, the interstate. And I don't know. It's just, you know, they have this half-cocked plan to get on this boat. I don't know. Was the boat a sailboat? Is that why they were able to get away?
You can't apply that much logic to this movie, man.
And
If
also,
we do that, this shit is done, bro.
To make sense of it, though, you know?
I mean, the kid's bike flips over. Maybe it's because of the maximum overdrive effect, the comet effect. But you know, cars wouldn't be if we're talking about electronic equipment. Cars wouldn't be affected, right? Because they're combustible. Yeah, they have a battery.
Yeah. Well, especially back then, they didn't have. They had carburetors and shit in all those cars.
Yeah, so you can't apply the logic, man. You no. It'll be ruined.
House of El College is the truck has been restored and it goes to truck shows.
That's true.
Oh, nice.
Katana says, when I was a kid, Knight Rider made me want a self-driving car. And then watching Maximum Overdrive across the street a few years later ruined any chance of that happening. Well, all you got to do is watch a Tesla. Have you ever seen the guys online? They tested the Tesla self-driving, and it couldn't recognize like a dummy in the road dressed as clothes on. It just ran right through it. So don't completely trust that. There was a guy that kept trying to test it, right? He got in a bad wreck and almost died. And he said, oh, no, they fixed the program. They've done an update. So he continued to use the self-driving thing. Guess what happened to him? His Tesla wrecked and he died in a car wreck. So you can't completely trust that stuff. Isabel says, as a truck driver, it would make more sense just to
Idle.
For almost yeah. Yeah, but like the idea of the self-driving car, like I feel like telling these people that are wanting self-driving cars, have you not ever watched this movie?
Yeah.
So we got another person back here. Look here.
Hey,
What's up,
Brother Joe said, gentlemen, those driving movies back in my day. So when the truck got started, I got started with my date. So Brother Joe's saying, I don't remember most of the movie.
He didn't watch the movie?
Yeah, I was just making out with my date. Yeah, I was just making out with a lady. So I didn't know what was going on.
Brother Joe's a player.
Yeah, he's not a player. He just crushes a lot. Is that the Big Pun song?
Yeah.
I'll be back.
Okay.
You know, I would say, in my opinion, the likelihood of cars being taken over and becoming sentient would be more likely now since they're all mostly computers.
Well, yeah. Didn't they do a movie like that Fable a while back? Like, remember where the cars took over? It was on Netflix or something.
Yeah, the Teslas started like just ramming people and shit. They just started going off road and chasing somebody. Yeah, they did something like this. I didn't see the whole movie, but I know what you're talking about.
Like, I don't know how much cocaine that he was doing at this time, but all I'm going to say is he's lucky to be alive, probably. But to quote Rick James, cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
Saying. It makes you think all kinds of things are good ideas. You know what I mean? Like, the best way I heard it described about cocaine was from Dennis Leary, the comedian. And he says, you ever, hey, guys, he goes, here's what cocaine's like. Hey, man, let's go get an 8-ball. It'll last all weekend. He said, about 4 hours later, like, hey, man, let's go get 2 more. So you always think it's a better idea, like, to get more. But Bobby said he always wanted a robot chauffeur. I always wanted the robot in Rocky IV.
Yes, I did. Yep. You read my mind.
I'm going to be the odd man out to say, after watching Cannonball Run 2, I always wanted a chimpanzee driver.
After I watched Cannonball Run, I wanted Adrian Barbeau as a driver.
There you go.
That's true. That's true.
Somebody else says a Tesla goes through a graveyard and they show that there are people everywhere. They didn't say they were dead, alive, but I don't know. This is one of those movies where it's just. I think Stephen King was out. He was on too many substances. He was out of his depth, and he was in over his head.
Yeah.
And this is one of those movies that when you go back and watch it, it's like, oh man, yeah, I remember that movie. It was so cool when I was a kid, right? And then I realized I don't know if I remember this movie that well. I just remember wanting to see cars smash into other cars. I don't know what you guys think.
I don't think it was that scary. I think it was like a more of a fun kind of prepubescent boy action romp movie.
Yeah.
But
and
beyond that, it was hollow.
Well, he was saying like in that trailer, he's like, "I'm going to scare you to death" or something. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, he doesn't. He didn't realize the subtleties, the way you set up something to scare somebody. Like he had to eat his own shit when he made this and realized like what guys like Stanley Kubrick, like guys like John Carpenter, people who adapted his stuff, you know, probably had the process they had to go through to make these movies, which we consider classics these days. You know what I mean? It's not easy. It's not easy making a film. It looks like you could just point a camera anywhere.
Like who direct? Do you guys know off the top of your head who directed Misery?
Oh, I could look it up.
Because you want to talk about creating a sense of terror. Oh my God!
We just we did a movie with a director, and that we mentioned that person had directed Misery.
Oh.
Whether it was good, bad cinema, or Friday Night Frights.
Rob Reiner.
Yeah, Rob Reiner.
Oh,
Who just passed away? Yeah.
Yeah, that movie. Whew, that's terror.
Well, what about Christine and John Carpenter? Christine made me scared of 50s music. Like 50s music is so upbeat and so great, and I was absolutely terrified when I heard Blue Moon because of Christine.
Yeah, and it was in that song was in American World in London too.
Yeah,
like the. Yeah, I don't know. Stephen King could make anything like, but sometimes it feels like he just was sometimes in the 80s, like with some of these stories, you're like, he goes to his publicist, like, what are you doing right now, Steve? Well, the next story is going to be this lamp tries to kill people.
I like that movie.
The scene where Emilio Estevez gets inside the truck with the Green Goblin mask, and he pulls back the curtain, and you see that Jack in the Box with the Green Goblin that pops up. I'm sitting there going, I bet I'm the only one wondering if I could buy one of those.
Yeah, and I also want to know why the Coke machine was able to attack people.
Wait, Matt, isn't that get up where it's the lamp that tells people that's from Family Guy, isn't it?
Yeah, that's why I was. Thanks for telling everybody I'm unoriginal. I wonder why the radio though. What if you had the radio? Why didn't the antenna just start whipping around, smacking people in the face? Why didn't the stove just start shooting flames out of itself? And the electric carving knife just starts cutting her. So I don't know why did for that part, how come the guns that they were using against the machines didn't just turn around and start shooting
them? Yeah. You can't do it, man. Don't do it, man. You drive yourself crazy.
Well, too much cognitive dissonance there.
It made me think of, what was it, the first Transformers movie where the Allspark was bringing everything to life, and it brought a Mountain Dew machine to life, and it started shooting sodas at everybody. And I was like, well, surely it can't be that bad. And then you see that scene where it smacks that dude in the head. You're like, oh shoot, it is that bad.
Dropped him.
Got it. Well, I mean, it would have been easier on him if it had been like a snack vending machine, like shooting out like potato chips or whatever. I don't know. That might not have hurt as bad. But I don't know. It's just.
And we all probably would have been that guy with the arcade machines when that thing started kicking out money and cigarettes, and he was just sitting there filling his pockets.
Yeah. Well, also, Giancarlo Esposito is in this movie, but he gets electrocuted real fast.
Yeah. I thought that was him. I swear. I thought that when I seen him, that looks like Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah. There's a lot of notable actors that you've seen somewhere in this movie. There's a ton of them.
Even the Little League kid was in another movie I've seen.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I've seen that girl too, the hitchhiker. I've seen her in something. Yeah. And also the girl that plays the newlywed, she
Lisa Simpson.
Yeah, Lisa Simpson, right? And she was in The Legend of Billie Jean.
Yeah.
Billie Jean.
And she's hilarious, by the way. She's probably one of the funniest parts of this movie.
Yeah.
And when they're arguing in that car, like trying to go with these trucks. I don't know. The only rule is maybe the cars, if you were still inside of it, you had control. I don't know. But Okay.
She had one of the dumbest character moments
Yeah,
in this whole film when she was like, "You're not going." When her husband wanted to go, like, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
save the guy. He's like, "You're not going." And then she goes, right after she says, "Don't, you're not going," she says, "Don't make a widow out of me." So it's like, don't go, but okay, you can go. Like, this is crazy.
Okay, this is gonna be a stupid question. What do you think of the acting in this movie? I'll start with Tony.
Oh, could have used some work. Emilio, yeah, but here's the thing. I liked Emilio in this movie. I really liked him. Your what was her name? Yeardley Smith, the girl you was talking about, the wedding, the bride. She, when as soon as she started talking, I was getting the same character vibes that I got when I watched Legend of Billie Jean for her. I mean, so
same character. Yeah.
Pat Hingle made you, when he got killed, you were like, yeah. And then that one girl that kept going, "We made you." I kept waiting for one of the machines to say, "Who made who?" But yeah, I mean, like I said, aside from a few actors in there, it needed a lot more work. But I mean, like I said, I still enjoy it. And what Mark says about the cigarette machines, now I don't know about where he's at, but I saw cigarette vending machines up until into the early 90s, where I'm from.
They had those in
everywhere.
hospitals.
Yep, bars, stores. I mean, they were everywhere, even in restaurants.
Especially in like Nevada.
Mark here. The truth is, like, I remember in certain restaurants and bars, and some people, Tony and Jeff can probably remember too, if it was like a place where you had to be 18 or older to be in, they still had cigarette machines in it.
Yeah.
But like they didn't have them like just everywhere where like a kid could go into Kmart and get it. But they did in the 80s. The 80s was a little bit different though. The 80s, like, hey, I had my aunt say, "Can you go down to the corner store and get me a pack of smokes?" I go there and get her some Durell lights, and they would just give them to me.
Yeah. All you needed was a note from your parents.
I didn't need to.
I didn't even need that. Yeah, Academy Award. Okay, Faber, what do you think of the acting?
I mean, it's not the greatest acting in the world, but at the same time, something tells me that these people kind of knew what they were in, so they were just hamming it up in a lot of ways, and I think that helps the enjoyment of this movie. Like you said, my favorite character in this movie is actually Nancy, the waitress. I thought she was hilarious when she came out and she was like, "You can't do this. We made you." Starts fucking wheeling around. I thought that was freaking hilarious, and I don't know. I mean, I think she knew the movie she was in. I think she knew what she was doing. Like, I wouldn't say that she was just badly acting. I would just say like she's. I don't know. There's like a camp factor to it.
Well, I mean, Pat Hingle too had to know what kind of movie it was the way he was going.
Yeah, it's like they remember the guy who busted open the doors and he was like, "What the fuck is going on?" I don't know. I'm like,
"Hold on." And
God. So like, yeah, I mean, I just feel like I would ding the girlfriend, the girl, whatever. She was terrible in this film. Yeah. She was horrible. But yeah, everybody else, I think that I don't know. I feel like they knew what they were in because they're pretty good actors.
Yeah, they kind of insinuate she's a junkie too. Or you shouldn't be doing drugs like that. Or did he say something to her about her doing drugs or something?
I don't know. There were so many.
He goes, this girl off the street's a hitchhiker. He just starts, God knows what she's up to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. There was something like he said to her like that. It was like, and then like, also the another part of the acting that I have to criticize Emilio Estevez for is how when all the trucks are like, we want some gas, we want give us gas. He just jumps up and goes, "All right, sir!" Like he's so excited to go turn the pumps on and pump gas for these murder machines.
Yeah, it makes no sense. And the explanation he gives Makes no fucking sense. And it's like, well, you had an escape route before you even had to do that, right? Like, didn't they know that they can go through the damn pipe like beforehand? It's like you could have left that damn place at any time and then go into the woods or something. Again, you can't apply logic. You just have to have fun with it. And it did. It made me crack up at certain points. It was so fucking stupid.
I don't think I want, if the machines actually take over, I don't know if I want Emilio Estevez on my side. Because he would set off the human race just to pump some gas for him, apparently.
Yeah, really.
You know what part had me dying, dude? You know what part had me like almost cracking up to the floor? Remember when the kid is going through his neighborhood and he's seeing everybody like dead in his neighborhood, like people hanging out of fucking car window and shit. Then they pass this damn dog, and the dog has a fucking cop car toy in his mouth. And I just started laughing.
You know,
Oh, I thought it was
Stephen
so
King
silly.
had to like come up with these ideas. He's on cocaine probably up for a week, and he's like, "I tell you what, we'll kill a dog with a toy cop car." Yeah, he probably thought it was brilliant as hell too.
The
Like
bridge scene had me dying.
Yeah.
That's
The guy listening to his Walkman is dead on his porch. Wasn't he right? But they strangle him with the headphones. How you doing, Wesley? Thanks for stopping by. Okay, Will. All right, Jeff, what do you think of the acting? We're doing good, by the way, Wesley.
I think that the acting was right where it needed to be.
Oh, well, I mean, it doesn't get much better than this, right? Hold on. We'll play it again.
Honey, come on over here, sugar buns. This machine just called me an asshole.
The machine guns that heroes are using at the end of the movie are late 70s Thompson machine guns, also used for stormtrooper blasters in the three Star Wars movies. Yeah, the ATM's call him an a-hole, Aaron. It's crazy. Like, I didn't know they could speak. Like, why didn't they have, like, what would have been cool? Do you think it would have been cool, Fable, if, like, they had, like, a vehicle that had, like, some kind of, like, loudspeaker in it, it talked through it out? I'm like, we don't like what you've been doing to us, or, like, some alien. Going through it, like, we're going to use your machines against you now, you know.
They kind of did it with the drive-through thing. It was like humans over here, humans over here.
Yeah. They could have used more of that. And what would have been even cooler is if they had just used 18-wheelers, but like, what they didn't explain, like, did these machines at the Air Force Base take over?
Yeah.
I mean, they could bomb the shit out of them, right?
Was Stephen King at the helm here, directing, and you know, give me one spot in that movie where there was an opportunity for acting. You know?
It wasn't. It kind of reminded me of like when we would play imagination in the backyard. You know, like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, here's what's going to happen. We're over here, and the aliens come down from over here, and we're over here with our stick guns or our BB gun, and we have to go. All right, kill them, or they're going to turn us into these Bigfoots. You know, we're just making up shit, winging it. Like, he's just winging it the whole movie.
Yeah.
So
he didn't think the concept all the way through, because you could have had the TVs all of a sudden broadcast whatever these machines wanted us to know, or scare us with the TVs or the radios, anything speaker. And he kind of hit on it a little bit with the what do you call it? The knife. That was pretty cool, right? Like, it just came to life, and they cut the lady's arms, like cut her leg, like shit like that. Like, there's just so much more. But he even did the plane. Remember, you saw the plane driving by itself, and it's like, oh man, those would be crazy if the planes would just like take over. Yeah, so he just, you know.
Intercontinental ballistic missile decides to do what it wants to do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly it. We'll have an explosion, and then we'll have another explosion. Here, I'm going to show you something on IMDb about this movie. It's funny. It's a trivia question here. Fun facts. When asked why he hasn't directed a movie since this one, Stephen King responded, "Just go and watch Maximum Overdrive." And there's a goof up the first of there's only one goof up. The image of Earth shown at the beginning of the movie is in reverse.
Crazy.
I don't know. It wasn't that bad. Who said it earlier? Was it you, Jeff? That said he shouldn't have gave up, or was it you, Tony? You guys said that he it shouldn't have been.
Somebody said it.
Yeah, it
What's
shouldn't
that?
have been his last thing. Like this movie.
Oh, I did. I said that.
Yeah, he shouldn't have. He should have. You know, I mean, learning experience. Yeah, all right. So now you learn. Go do the next one.
Yeah.
Because it's
Part
not,
of me
it's not terrible.
Okay, so
part of me wants to think that, and this is just my opinion, you know, a lot of his adaptations prior to that, he always had some kind of displeasure with it, or there's something he didn't like. So, in my opinion, I feel like he was like, I'm going to direct this.
Fable. Is this movie good or bad?
Oh man, can I say it's so bad it's good?
Yeah, we'll say
is that a way? Because I did enjoy it, but I enjoyed it for the wrong reasons, right? Like
That's where I'm at. That's why I said. Yeah.
We'll still call it bad, but like in a good way.
Yeah, I
Tony
don't know if they're trying to be serious, but if they were, I mean, God bless their hearts. But it cracked me up. And hey, if I'm laughing, that means I'm having a good time.
Yep.
Hey Tony, is Maximum Overdrive good or bad?
I'm going to be nice because to me, the two best parts of the movie is the soundtrack and that semi. But I'm just going to say it's good because I did enjoy watching it again. And if I ever get my hands on a model of that semi, I'm putting that sumbitch together.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, does that mean I'm the tiebreaker? Yeah, because if I say bad, I don't know. I think it's bad, but I think it's bad in a good way, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have bad good here, so we're just gonna say that.
Yeah.
But we'll just give it overall like, okay, it's pretty good to watch again if you want to. It is what it is. It's not like, I don't know. It was entertaining to rewatch today.
It's still a fun watch for me.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun movie. I mean, that opening alone with the sign saying "fuck you," and it keeps saying "fuck you."
Let me say this though: if you're on LSD, you're gonna love this freaking movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're on cocaine, you will totally understand everything going on.
Yeah, you'll think Stephen King was the greatest director of all time.
You'll think you think Stanley Kubrick, amateur. Spielberg, loser.
Now,
you go, why did not direct more movies? Although I have to say that Stephen King shouldn't have gave up.
No.
Katana said, well, we said it was good. He said, I'm taking my Green Goblin truck and going home.
Wait a minute, Tim. I've known you since you were 13. You never told me you had a Green Goblin truck.
Yeah, bro. We're not saying it's like crappy, like bad.
No.
It's not like you remember that movie, The Room? It's not like that. It is what it is. That's all I'm going to say. All right. Well, and we am what we am, right? Now remember, this show will be on Tony's channel from now on. I will be the co-host as usual. We'll have Fable come back with us, and Big Jeff will be there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just wanted to write books after this there. But before we go, I'll tell you what I got going on the channel real quick. It won't take me too long. Sunday, Super Show Extravaganza, the new Comic Day preview show will be Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern. It might be a little longer. We might go for 2 hours or hour and a half or something. If anybody wants to come by and help me talk about the new Comic Day previews and maybe just BS a little bit. And then Comic Conversations comes back Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. And my guest is Destro is my spirit animal. He's a toy content creator on the platform. And pretty cool guy. He agreed to be on. I really don't know him that well, but I really enjoy his content. So you'll get to see me kind of be a fan on this one and interview him. Although I'm a fan of everybody I interview because they're all pretty cool people in this community. But we thought we'd talk to somebody that's not just in the comic books, it might be fun. But that was Tuesday. I meant to show you this for Monday. The first episode of the new format, Good Bad Cinema. We're going to be reviewing Point Break. And the question is Point Break the best surf movie around? Or is it just a pretender and does it wipe out? Find out what the panel thinks on Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern. File con Dios, Brody. All right. Anyway, I think you already know how I feel about that movie, but well, if you don't know, you'll find out Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern. But we got I'm gonna bring up Tony here. Tony, man, what you got going on?
Tomorrow night we're gonna do hanging out with Grandpa Starscream. Just if y'all want to hang out, we'll shoot the crap. The cover theme is Batman. We're also going to talk about Sal Buscema. I'm going to show off a few of my favorite Sal Buscema stories that he did, Spectacular Spider-Man and some other stuff. I've got a couple other segments in my head I'm going to do. Next Friday will be, like he said, I'll be doing Friday Night Frights from here on out. I'm doing a movie that probably a lot of you probably haven't really heard of, unless you've heard me talk about it for the last few weeks. I'm doing a movie called 13 Fanboy. It was co-written, produced, and directed by Deborah Voorhees, the lady who played Tina in Friday 13th Part 5, The New Beginning. And it stars a lot of the Friday the 13th alumni. We got Tiffany Helm, Jennifer Banco, who played the young Tina. We have the late Larpart Lincoln. We got C.J. Graham. We got Kane Hodder. We got Judy Aronson. We got Ron Sloan. Even the woman that played Ethel makes an appearance briefly. There's a lot of good people in there, and I'm proud of this movie because it came out in 2021, and I actually got to me and many people got to crowdfund this movie, so it's pretty cool. And you can catch this movie on Tubi and watch it for free. I mean, it's a really great movie, and so I'd like for everybody to join and tell me what you think about it. And I tried to reach. I was going to save this as a surprise, but this is not going to happen. I actually tried to reach out to Debbie to be on the show, but she hadn't responded. So that would have been. I wanted that to be a surprise. I thought that would have been really cool. That way, she could have talked about her movie. But it's really great.
She might reply.
Yeah, it's a really great movie, and it's a great indie movie, and I think y'all will probably enjoy it. And I pretty much already said my opinion on it, and the show hadn't happened yet.
It's actually pretty good. I watched it.
But I want to touch on something real quick, if you don't mind, Matt. Friday the 13th, February 13th, I'm doing part 1 of a franchise-wide retrospective. We're going to do Friday 13th, 1 through 6. And we've already done 6 and 1, but we're going to do 1 through 6 this February 13th. And then in March, there's another Friday 13th, and we're going to do 7 through the remake.
Hell yeah. And that is, here's the movie, 13 Fanboy.
Yep.
The guy's like an obsessed fan that grew up he was in an abusive household. He grew up, his only friends for the horror VHSs in the basement.
Only other things I'm going to say is tomorrow night I'm going to be giving away a bunch of comics. If you're in the chat, you have a chance to win. And I'm doing what I'm calling the State of the Comiverse Address, which is the future for the next month and a half for Comiverse, because Tony's fixing to start a new job and things are going to change, hopefully for the best. We never know. That's it.
Thanks, Tony. And Fable, what you got coming up?
Well, coming up, we are kicking off Sci-Fi Fest 2026. It's the first time that we'll be dedicating a whole month to science fiction movies. Science fiction is one of my favorite genres of all time. It's a collaboration between myself, One Collection Down, and Robbie from Pop Culture Philosophers. So we came up with 8 great science fiction movies to review. Kicks off this Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern with The Day the Earth Stood Still, a classic science fiction movie. So go check that out on Pop Culture Philosophers at 9 p.m. Eastern this Monday. And then we continue that off on Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern with Starship Troopers over on my channel.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have some great guests, including Matt. He's going to come hang out with us, and Robbie. We also have Jake, Hounds of Gore, our boy Jake. We got Jelani and my boy Spilio, Castle. He's going to be joining us as well. So we're doing that all month long. So yeah, come hang out with us. Enjoy the science fiction movie reviews, and of course, always check out my brother Matt, Heroes for Hire Comics Comic Club. He is one of the best doing it, one of the coolest dudes I know. Also check out my brother Tony Comiverse, another great community member. These guys always extend their hand to me, want me to hang out, do the movie reviews. I plan to, do some more stuff with them. So check out Matt, check out Comiverse. Of course, Jeff is always there. Big Jeff is going to be there. Also great dude in the community. So yeah, man, we love movies, man. Come check us out.
Thanks, Fable. You're always welcome here, my friend. Jeff, I'll put you on the spot. You got anything to say to anybody, or?
No, I just I appreciate everybody on this panel because you guys are gracious enough to invite me to be on the panel and talk about stuff that I love, man. Comic books and movies, pop culture. That's all. I don't know. It just brings me back to my childhood, and it's fun. It's fun to hash it back up with you guys, and I appreciate it.
All right.
Hey, Matt, I'm sorry, Matt. Before we leave, can I say something?
Yeah.
For those of you, this is Amazon verified. You could actually go on Amazon and buy the soundtrack for Who Made Who on vinyl cheaper than the CD.
Really?
Really?
That's interesting.
All right. And
listen to DT.
And just remember, this movie is a reminder to all you kids out there. Just like Nancy Reagan used to say, just say no. Until next time, true believers, Excelsior.
Come, son of Jarrell! Kneel before Zod! Snoochie boochies.